next thing is to start mounting the power distributor, motors, motor guards and ESC'S. Right. That's the diagram of what we... Right, let's start at the top. Right. That's your front left. That'll spin clockwise, which you wire the motors up. Put these wires straight wired, so they're just straight. That's the diagram there of what I mean by straight. Is the motor comes straight to the SE, straight wired, and that's just to the power distributor, and that's the clip to the flight controller. And then, if you've got to cross them, you just cross these two motor wires and leave the one straight, and that's on them ones basically. There's your motor rotation, the motor numbers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll need them when you clip onto the flight controller, so that's the order while they clip in. That's the rotations, obviously clockwise and clockwise. And clockwise, clockwise. And that's about it really, if you need a pause on this, and then basically go off there. I found an old motor. So, right. That's like the motor, how they'll come. That's the ESC, how they'll come. If I was going to do this one, which is going to be straight wired, you see I just connect them points straight up to the ESC. And then that's the clockwise ones done. And then for the anti-clockwise, you literally just swap two of them. It's hard to do with one hand, but basically just cross two of them wires like that, and then connect to the ESC. And then now it's hardwired then to spin the opposite ways rather than counting on software, because if you count on software you could end up flying and then a software glitch and then all your motors start turning the same way. So at least this way is hardwired to spin this way, so it shouldn't ever turn the same way basically. So if that's your power distributor, you've just got the powers coming up to your ESCs, that's the clips which go to your flight controller, and then on the ones which are crossed, just one straight wire, two cross wires to the motors, and then the ones which are straight, just straight wires, straight wired, straight to the motors. Yeah. Some people do like to fit their motors onto the arms first, and then solder it all back, so you can check the wires, but because mine's already set up, there's no point in desoldering anything. But yeah, pick whatever way you think is the best way to do it. You can either start this end, come round, do your ESCs first, and then do your motors last, or yeah, this way is kind of awkward because I've got to try and hold all the motors while I bolt all the guards on as well. But yeah, this one was already built. If I was building from scratch, I would have bolted all the motors on first. Yeah, all these motors would have been bolted on first, and then soldered to the ESCs, and then just attach these ones later then. That's your final stage then, once everything's bolted in place you can do this, but I'm going to have to do it second. But yeah, choose what way you want to do it. So set the standoffs in place. So that's the power distributor in. I just got to start mounting all my motors in place now. It gets a bit fiddly if you're mounting motor guards, but I would definitely recommend having them. Well, these are the newer set and they've taken a bit of a bash already. My old ones are proper wrecked, which that would have been my motors, so but with these, just like that, if you can see, you pretty much slide down under the motor like that, put it in place. It's quite fiddly. My motors are put everywhere, but basically just push the bolts up through, do them up. I put a lot tight on these two, just because they tend to wobble quite a lot. I've got 2 bolts now in each motor for now. I'm going to finish putting all the rest in now. for it, but to make it easier I put one bolt in each motor, and then it stopped my motors falling off then, so now it's out sturdy. I can put the rest of the bolts in for the motors. That's all the motors bolted in place now, so you should end up now with your frame built, power distributor in, your ESC'S powered up, wired, soldered up, and then your motor soldered and bolted in with your motor guards. Right, we look at this top one first. That's, you know these now, that's a better look of a power distributor. Pretty much all of these are VCC. All the big ports, which VCC is full battery power, and then you've got this odd one here, which is VCC as well, but that's, you can use that for like OSD and stuff like that, or if your video transmitter can take that voltage, then you can run your video transmitter off that. And then you've got a 12 volt and 6 volt or a 5 volt, but I used that one, the 6 volt, to do my flight controller. That's what powers my flight controller, and then I used the 12 volt run into my video transmitter. So now we have a look down by here. You have the 12 volt, the positive negative, run to the video transmitter, and then you've got 3 wires then which come back out, and then they go straight to your FPV camera, which is powered through your video transmitter. Well, that's the way, you could do it loads of ways, but that's the way I do it. And then that's just the 6 volt going straight to the flight controller, powering it. And then you'll have pinouts for your ESC clips, like them, which that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you've got 4 spare ones too. And then, yeah, I think that's about it, what you need to know for setting up your powers. I'll show you the drone now. So basically, all of my ESCs are all powered on their big ports. I've got that VCC one spare, which I just put a clip on it for now. And then I've got the 12 volt, which there's them 2 wires there. They run to the video transmitter, and then the 3 wires coming back out underneath to this, which that powers my FPV camera. So that's pretty much, and there's the power, this 5 volt or 6 volt go into my flight controller, but that's into this clip. So basically, if you want to solder all yours up the same or similar, it is other ways of doing it. You can power it always, so check all your voltages on your FPV transmitter and your FPV camera, because they all take different voltages. But I find if your video transmitter can take a high voltage, run it on a high voltage, because it'll probably be better. Now I've just got to put some of this double-sided tape now underneath each ESC, and lift it, put it underneath, tape it down, and then put a cable tie over it, and then that's all my ESCs stuck into place properly, and I'll carry on with the rest of it. Now that you've got your FPV camera power, your video transmitter power, and the power for the flight controller, that's everything what you need set up through power wise on your drone, so you're ready to install your flight controller. But I'll show you